Terry Boxer, the Tactical Trader at detectrader.com. It is November the 13th, and these are the charts for the day. Let's start off with Aaoi, which had a nice pop a couple days ago, and that's been flagging. This is the hourly chart. Looking at the daily, you'll see after a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave advance from June through September, the stock came down, and it basically a 3-wave corrective falling wedge, held above the prior low, ran up to resistance and backed off, and then today broke out. So then your objective, once you get it past 1168, would be around at 13 and then 16. Those are your targets. Big day for Boeing, coming out of inverse head and shoulders, breaking through lateral price resistance and key resistance at that, as well as a couple of moving averages. Well, the moving averages were broken through yesterday. Today was a follow through with a gap. I really like to look at this for 213 and 220.22. Blink popped yesterday. Today had a beautiful engulfing reversal bar, jumping another 42 cents or 13.7%. Your objective now and your target is going to be 4, and right up here at about 5, 5.25. BTAI is strong. The last 3 weeks it's been almost up every day. It's advanced from 233 to today's high at 562. So it's more than doubled, and it's at resistance zone here. But through that level, we're looking at 7, 9, and 12. DRCT with a nice follow through yesterday, big pop breakaway gap. Today a strong follow through, up nearly $1 with 24.5% more. Big volume, not as big as yesterday. Nevertheless, we're approaching a resistance zone near 6, 6.5 that I think will be tested. IBRX, after coming down for a few days following a big move, the stock has snapped back 2 days in a row, and now I think going to attempt to retest the 4.415 range before getting to 5. KTOS came out of a month-long consolidation base flag, been engulfing beautiful reversal bar, moving from 16.75 to 18.37, finishing 7 cents off the high, up 82 cents, 4.7% gain, target 20. LI in the Chinese automotive sector, inverse head and shoulder breakout, breakaway gap, a big one, then a pullback for 3 days. That held right at the breakout point and 50. Today it snapped back for 234, 6.3%. The objective is to get through 40, 40.15, and we're looking at 43 and 47. LIFW with a big snapback out of a falling wedge, and then a pullback. It went from 509 to 8.25, finished 670 up 139, 26%, but way off the high. We'll see if there's a follow through going on. The OBV looks great on this one. MNDY with a big pop on earnings, jumped 1487 or 10.6%. The high was right at a resistance zone, getting up to nearly 156.7 zone. Through that, we're looking at 180.85. Palantir popped out of a wedge yesterday, had a minor small follow through, but it held nicely. There's resistance just ahead at 20.25. We get through that, 22 and 24 targets. Rcel yesterday popped and pulled back. Today it followed through with a engulfing reversal bar that closed above the declining 50 and the declining channel tops of the last several months. So the objective and not would normally be a run at 14.75, and then we'll see if we can get up to 16 or 17. Stne, South American software stock, also broke out across the key resistance with a spike up of 12.87% or $1.38. Volume was heavy at 21 million, the biggest volume we've seen in a long time, and it's a breakaway type volume. The target 14.5. TIVC with an explosive 63 million shares spike of 97%, closing 235. High was 275. I think we may get a follow through. I'm looking for 3.75. TNON also snapped back after a big run and a 2-day pullback. Today it snapped back 26% on 2.4 million. Not a ton of volume, but the next target is going to be 4.5 and 5.75. The uranium group was strong. UBC, no exceptions. It popped 29 cents or 5%. Volume was almost 9 million shares. And it looks to me like the objective now 6.5, 7.5. UUUU, another candidate in that same group, finished at the high for the day near breakout point, and my next target is 9, followed by 10. And finally, WRAP popped out of its wedge, but didn't do a lot, only up a couple percent. However, keep an eye on this one because if it gets through 320, I'm looking at 3 3/4 and 4 3/4. Let's look at some of the hot stocks at detectorheader.com. Good night, everybody.